enemies of the USSR, and the USSR itself. By the late 1930s, the Soviet economy had recovered to the point that Stalin could seriously consider a program of naval construction. The Sovietsky Soyuz-class battleships spearheaded an ambitious acquisition plan, which also included battle cruisers and aircraft carriers. Based loosely on the Italian Littorio class, the Sovietsky Soyuz would displace approximately 60,000 tons, carry 916 guns, and make 28 knots. This made them competitive in size with the most powerful battleships in the world, although inexperience and shoddy Soviet construction practice would likely have rendered them troublesome in battle. The Soviet Union laid down 4 of the intended 16 battleships between 1938 and 1940, parceling out construction between Leningrad, Nikolaev, on the Black Sea, and Molotovsk, on the White Sea. One was cancelled in 1940 because of poor workmanship. The other 3 were suspended on the arrival of war, although plans proceeded to complete one, in Leningrad, even after World War II ended. Wiser heads eventually prevailed, and the ships were broken up in place. Some favored another sequential step, while others argued for pushing forward to a full supercarrier, what would have been the Orel project. The Soviet Navy took the gradual path, working out improvements to the Kiev class and initiating what would become the Kuznetsovs, conventionally powered medium-large ski jump carriers. The Soviet Navy expected the Ulyanovsk class to succeed the Kuznetsov, displacing over 80,000 tons, with a nuclear power plant. The Ulyanovsk were the first real Soviet competitors to the American supercarriers. However, as with so many Soviet weapon systems, catastrophe intervened. The end of the Cold War, and the collapse of the Soviet Union, made completing the Ulyanovsk a dicey proposition, and the only hulk was broken up. The most promising line of development revolved around the TB3A and T20 TB-6 family, which were all monstrous aircraft of 6 engines or more. The concept sacrificed speed and maneuverability for heavy armament, based on the theory that bombers flying in formation could defend themselves from pursuit aircraft. Only prototypes of these beasts ever got off the ground, and usually not for long. Had the Soviet Union decided to go this direction, it likely would have severely retarded the development of Soviet tactical aviation, as well as draw resources away from the ground forces of the Red Army. During the interwar period, several countries contemplated the construction of super heavy tanks, vehicles that would weigh 3 or even 4 times as much as a standard battle tank. The T-42 never made it to prototype stage, but did earn some serious consideration in Soviet military circles. Other, somewhat more realistic projects included the T-35, T-100, SMK, KV-4, and the KV-5. Only the T-35, a 45-ton tank with 5 turrets, made it to production. Designed to hit Mach 3, with a service ceiling of around 70,000, the T-4 resembled the B-70 visually, and in capability. However, because the organization